So far, we've got our registration, login, and profile pages set up. Now, we need to provide the option for users to log out of their profile. If you recall, when a user is successfully registered or logged in, we use session variables, or cookies. Let's go to our profile page and open up DevTools to understand this a bit more. Click on the Application tab, and within the Storage section, you can see Cookies. Once you expand the dropdown for cookies and click on the URL for this site, you can see various cookie names. Most of these come from the editor I'm using, but the one we're interested in is Session. For security reasons, it doesn't provide much in terms of information, so it doesn't show us that this session cookie has a variable called user, for instance. However, if you right-click and select Delete on the session cookie, then reload the page, let's see what happens. Oops, we get a key error for user. As previously mentioned, Jinja is really great at telling us which file and line number our error is coming from. Usually this can be found near the middle or bottom of the blue lines that closely matches to our own code. As you can see, this is trying to find the session user cookie on line 86 from the app.py file in order to render this profile page. One way to fix this so that users can't just force the URL to someone else's profile is to update our profile function. If our session user cookie is truly, then we want to return the appropriate profile template. However, if it's not true or doesn't exist, we'll return the user back to the login template instead. Save that, and let's go back to the preview page. Hit the back button, and as you can see on the right, currently we still have no session cookies available. Let's log in again, and sure enough, after successfully logging back in, our session cookie is back. Obviously, we don't want users to have to manually delete their session cookie when they want to log out. Let's build a new function in our app for logging out. The root will be /logout, and since we aren't using a post method, we don't need to supply any methods, since get is the default one. Before logging a user out of the app, let's give them a flash message to advise that they've been logged out. There are a couple ways to remove session cookies. First, we could just use session.clear, which would remove all session cookies applicable for our app. Alternatively, we could use session.pop, similar to JavaScript, but the pop method must specify which session cookie we want to delete, which is user in our case. After removing the session cookie for user, we can then redirect our user back to the login function. Save the file, then let's add this function to our navigation links on the base template. I'll copy the link for the login and just update that on our logout link to the new function, logout. Make sure to copy and paste that down inside the side nav as well. Then save the file. And finally, reload the preview page. We're currently still logged in, so we have a session cookie, but go ahead and click on the logout button on your navbar. Perfect! The session cookie was deleted, and we've been redirected to the login page with a nice message to confirm we're logged out. Go ahead and log back in again, and you'll notice the session cookie is back. I'll close the DevTools now, and as you've noticed, we still have all of the nav links available to us, whether we're logged in or logged out. Well, we know that the home link should display no matter what. However, the next four links for Profile, New Task, Managed Categories, and Log Out should only be visible to users that are logged in. The final two links for Log In and Register should be visible to users that are logged out. Luckily, the Jinja templating language allows us to use session variables as well. Let's apply some templating logic to fix this. If session.user is truly, since user is the name of our session variable, this will go between our home link and our profile link. After the logout link, we'll apply our else statement, which means there isn't a session variable called user. Then finally, our endIf block comes after all of the links at the bottom. Go ahead and give some proper indentation to the if-else statements, which makes it much easier to read. We need to apply the same logic to our side navbar as well, so copy the entire if-else block and let's paste it over our existing links below. Make sure not to paste over the Home button, since that should be visible to all users. Once again, clean it up a bit by providing proper indentation as such. Save the file, and let's go look at our preview page now. When you reload the page, you'll notice two things. First, the flash message disappears, since it's no longer applicable. Second, the navbar links have updated accordingly. We're currently logged in still, so only those links that we should see are visible. Let's go ahead and log out now. And sure enough, only the buttons for a user not in session or not logged in are displayed. I'll log back in once more to demonstrate these links in action. Wonderful, everything is working fine. We've covered full user authentication from start to finish. Users can now register, log in, log out, and view their profile. We've also learned how to securely store confidential data on our database, including hashing and salting user passwords. There are several ways to build user authentication, including the use of third-party packages that require installation. Make sure that when using additional packages, that you update your requirements.txt file so that Heroku knows how to properly run your app. Now that we have full user authentication, we can move forward and build our Task Manager mini project. Let's go ahead and push these changes to GitHub. Git add -A, git commit -m, add logout functionality, git push, and then clear the screen. We'll see you in the next section.